Hi everyone, my name is Chris Linsell. I'm a senior writer for theclose.com, and today I'm going to be taking you on an all-access walkthrough and review of the Allied Real Estate Schools platform. You're going to get to see exactly what it's like to be a student with Allied Real Estate Schools, and I'm excited to show you. So come on, let's get started. Allied Real Estate Schools is a leading provider of real estate pre-licensed education and required continuing education in both California and Texas. They're owned by Real Estate Express, one of the true OGs in the real estate education space, so they've got a lot of firepower behind their process and they know how to get results. If you're interested in Allied Real Estate Schools, The Close has your back. We've got a special coupon that you can use at checkout to really save some bucks. So make sure you enter the coupon code ALLIEDTHECLOSE30 to save you 30% off your package on us. We'll have the coupon in the description of this video, but maybe just write it down just in case. That's ALLIEDTHECLOSE30. Now, Allied Real Estate School offers a couple of different options for soon-to-be real estate pros in Cali and Texas. The first is a self-guided online course that Allied calls their Fast Track program. This is done completely at your own pace. You can use either a computer or a mobile device, though we're going to talk more about that later. And if you want to attend class for an hour a day or for 8 hours a day, that's up to you. You can go as slow or as fast as you want. This is the student experience that we're going to be looking at today. However, they do also offer something called real estate live stream packages, which are actual live streamed live classes that you can sign up for and attend just like you would any other, say, community college class. These happen virtually, so you'll be working from your computer in the comfort of your own home, but it's with a live instructor, other live students. You're having real-time interactions, asking questions, engaging in discussion, and there's actually a class schedule. So if you miss one, you'll fall behind. You really do have to treat this option like you would any other real-life class. If you need a little extra accountability in your life and you prefer that real-time interaction with an instructor, that might be the best option for you. Make sure to check out Allied Real Estate School and our review article on theclose.com for more information about live stream programs. Okay, let's dig into the Allied Real Estate School student experience. For this video, we'll be working in a course for California. Now, here on the homepage, you'll see what just about everyone sees when you come to alliedschools.com. If you scroll down a little bit, you'll see the different package options available. They've got their fast track packages up top and their live stream packages down below. We've selected the California Real Estate Fast Track Premium program so that you can see everything available to online students. Now, the reason we didn't select the Premium Plus package is that the only measurable upgrades here between the two are a hard copy textbook, something we don't really need for an online walkthrough, and membership into the Allied Schools Continuing Education Program, or CE, something else we don't really need for an online walkthrough. But that might be really helpful for new real estate agents making plans for their continuing education, so make sure to check that option out. Okay, so let's get into our class. We'll head to the top of the navigation on this page and we'll look for the Login button on the right-hand side and click it. Like I said, we've already walked through this process. I've already chosen a class, registered, and gone through that entire go-through. It took me about 5 minutes. It was really easy, just a couple of bits of personal information and my payment information, and then I'm always off and running. So I'm going to put in our login information and just click Sign In. Like I said, super easy. Took me less than 5 minutes. You can get started pretty much right away. Next, we see the courses that we signed up for. Now, since my premium program includes an exam prep component, you'll see that I've got two sections here to choose from. In the top portion of the window, you'll see my pre-license requirements. Now, since California requires 135 hours of classwork, I've got 3 45-hour courses here, plus their exam cram video and workbook. I guess it kind of makes sense to me that this should actually be located down in the exam prep area, but it's totally not a big deal. It's very clear to me what my requirements are. I really like this interface. Before I click into a course and get started, let's just take a quick look around this window. Like I said, we've got our course material up top, we've got our exam prep materials down below. Up at the very top in the navigation, we've got a couple of options here. First is to add courses. This seems like it would be most helpful if we were using Allied for like our continuing education requirements. We've also got a little notification bell if Allied needs to send us any messages. I haven't gotten any messages from Allied, but personally, I hope that these messages also come in email because I don't always check my notifications in app like this. So having a backup for important information would be nice. Next, we've got the help menu, and there's actually some pretty cool stuff in here. First, we've got the live chat, which I really love. I don't actually love phone support and the phone support experience in most situations. I'd rather be able to chat with somebody to get my questions answered. So this is really cool that they offer this. They've also got this contact us link, which you can see takes us out to a general student support page, which, that's fine. And then there's the direct phone support, which, as I mentioned, not my favorite, but I'm sure it's super helpful for a lot of students. And then lastly, we've got this profile menu that basically allows us to adjust things like our address or billing options, that basic profile sort of things. Okay, over here on the left, we've got another navigation. Here we've got the courses that we're signed up for, any certificates we've received, career support, which is actually super cool if you want some help looking for a brokerage and launching your career in real estate. You've got access to your transcripts, which honestly, I'm not totally sure why this is because you can't really use these transcripts for anything official, but if you want a record of your performance in class, these are worth having, I suppose. And then you've got the same options from the top navigation that we've already reviewed. And that's what we're looking at for this top page. So let's dive into the actual course experience. I'm going to start by clicking on the Open Course button from right here for my top course. Now this is going to take me into my course and where I last left off when I was working before. I really like that Allied Real Estate Schools does this. I don't have to sort through a complicated table of contents to get to where I want to start. This course will automatically take me to the last place I was, and I can pick up right from there. This is really important as far as I'm concerned for self-paced classes. You can see it's taken me right to a quiz. I've made it to the quiz in this chapter, but I want to show you what it took to get here. So I'm going to click back so we can get into the material and you can see what going through a chapter actually looks like. Okay, here we are. So, for your course material, you've got a couple of different options. You can read your chapters right here in the class window, which is great for some people because then you can take advantage of this cool note-taking feature over here on the right. Now, when I click this right here, I get a notepad that allows me to take notes as I'm reading and make sure I'm absorbing the information. The downside of the system, though, is that if I wanted to do this like on my phone or even on an iPad or just a tablet, I'm really forced to read some pretty small PDF style print there just isn't a super convenient way to access the notes feature, which I think is really, really cool, and I'd want to be able to use that. Now, Ally does give us another option. You can have this textbook that we have chapters from, that you're reading from. You can have this textbook available as a PDF. So you can just pop open a new tab, like I've done here, and you can read this way. But again, you can't really highlight anything. You can't really take notes. So even though this might be a little bit more convenient on mobile, it still is not exactly the best experience here. I'm a pretty active learner, which means that I need to be doing something as I'm learning, if I want to continue to, actually absorb that information. Could be conversation, could be note taking. It's got to be something. And I suppose what I could do is I could, rather than reading on my mobile device, I could actually print out the PDFs so I could highlight and take notes in the margin. That way I can be doing this on the go, but I'm just not convinced that that's the best approach. Either way, sorry to say that Allied Real Estate Schools, it's not a great system for mobile users. And I'll admit, even this desktop version, it did take me a little bit of getting used to. But once I got a couple of chapters in, I actually found I was totally in the flow. It was relatively easy to read. I liked taking notes. I liked going back and forth between the two sections. This really worked for me. Since we're looking at the PDF versions of things, let's take a quick second and peek at some of the other class resources that you're given as a part of this program. Obviously, we've got that textbook that we just saw, but we've also got the index for that textbook. So if you want to look up something really quickly, a particular topic, you can come here and find out where in the text it appears. We've also got a glossary for terms used in the textbook. This is helpful when you come across a word you don't recognize, which, honestly is probably going to happen quite a bit if you're new to the real estate world. Allied Real Estate Schools actually doubled down on this offering and created their own real estate dictionary that goes into even more detail. I mean, look at this thing. It's like super long. There's a ton happening here. So this is pretty cool. I like this a lot. Next is a list of all the websites that the textbook mentions. This is also super helpful to have all these organizations kind of in a list all in one place, because if you're a new real estate professional, you're going to be dealing with these people on a regular basis. It's going to be nice to have like kind of your own little virtual phone book here, right? And then finally, we've got this real estate math guide that focuses on the math portion of the curriculum. The math portion of the real estate exam is a common concern for students. Most people don't love doing math. They didn't love doing math back when they were in school. A little scary to have real estate math. So having a nice little dedicated study guide, that's a good pet to have. There are other resources available too for other portions of this course, both in California and in Texas. Plus, if you've got an exam prep portion of your package, you're going to have a bunch more. So make sure you explore all of these when you become an Allied student. I don't have time to go over every single one of them here, but there is a ton of great stuff. I actually really liked all of the supplementary material. It made me feel really prepared. Okay, let's get back to class here. Now, I know it sounds riveting to sit here and just, watch me read a PDF and talk out loud to myself, but sorry, that's just not in the cards today. So we're just going to scroll through here, fast forward style, pretend like I'm reading and absorbing all of this, and let us move on to the next step, which is the end of the chapter quiz. Now, once you reach the end of the chapter, once you get to the end of that reading, then it's quiz time. And these are, like I said, pretty straightforward. Basically, these are just to test your knowledge, the knowledge that you acquired in the chapters that you just read. Like literally just finished reading, you take the quiz. Now, obviously, these are open book. No one can stop you from using your materials, and open notes. So feel free to do that. I mean, these aren't graded in the same way that your final exam is graded. This is a test of your absorption, a test of your learning. So use your materials if it helps you get the answers right. When you're ready to start the quiz, you just click this little arrow here in the bottom corner of the window, and it takes you to the next section. It's 10 multiple choice questions, super easy, very laid back. You should have these right in your wheelhouse thanks to all the reading you just finished. And after you finish the quiz, you'll get a summary of all your answers. Now, I didn't do this reading, so I'm just going to kind of click forward on all of these, and we'll get through these. I'm just going to guess on all of these, so we'll see how many I get right just by chance here. Okay, click, click, click. And when you're done with the quiz, You'll get your results. It'll tell you how you did. You get a summary of all your answers, and then you can click continue, and you move on to the next section of the course. Now, if you didn't do well on the quiz, that's okay, right? You can see how I did here, just guessing, right? The quizzes are for your benefit. They're not being graded by anybody. So I suggest if you are having trouble with the quizzes, before you move on to the next chapter, go back and review again. Do some reading. Find the sections for the questions that you missed. Do some review because, again, you're not getting graded by anybody here. This is for your benefit. So you can take the quizzes as many times as you like. Take them until you're feeling comfortable with the information. And that's how it works on the Allied Fast Track program. You read a chapter, take your notes, take a quiz, rinse and repeat. Pretty straightforward. When you're done with class for the day, you can go to the top right corner and you can find the close button. I like that with theclose.com. Unaffiliated, but I just like anything that says close. You find that close button, and just by clicking there, Allied Real Estate Schools automatically saves your place in the course. So when you log in, like I said, next time when you log in, it'll come right back to where you left off. Super handy for those of us who are going to be coming on, coming off. If you're going to put an hour in here, 2 hours in there, you're going to want to be able to return right where you left off pretty easily. And that's it. We did it. This is what it's like to be an Allied Real Estate School student using their Fast Track program. Now, obviously, the live stream experience, is going to be a little bit different since it's a live virtual classroom with real-time instructors, fellow classmates, the ability to answer and ask questions right in real time, engage in discussion. If you're interested in learning about that live stream option, you should visit the Allied Real Estate School's website. We'll have it linked in the description below. Check out the Closes article all about Allied Real Estate Schools for a little bit more information. You're going to just want to check out to see if there's some availability in your state that lines up with your schedule. And don't forget to use that coupon code that we've got just for closers to help you save 30%. Allied the Close 30. Save you 30% regardless of whether you're doing the Fast Track or the live stream program. Okay, so is Allied a good choice for students? I think so. I do. And here's why I think so. When it comes to your real estate license education, you actually don't need a crazy fancy dashboard, super next level analytics or some complicated system to navigate. In fact, you don't want any of that stuff because, guys, your head is going to be jammed full of new info, of knowledge that you've got to have to recall and apply to a pretty seriously challenging exam. And so you want your curriculum focused on giving you exactly what you need in exactly the amounts you need it just to pass that test. I don't know if you guys have been told this yet, but there's no prize for getting 100% on the California or the Texas state real estate exam. Whether you pass flawlessly without missing a single question or you just pass by the skin of your teeth, you get the same thing. You get a real estate license. So if we know that there is no, blue ribbon for getting 100% versus, just barely squeaking by, we should be focusing on getting our requirements, getting that pass as smoothly and as efficiently as possible. And honestly, Allied Real Estate Schools has totally nailed that process. I'm really impressed with how they go about this. They are geared towards getting you a passing grade, which is your goal. I'll be the first to admit that this would be a really challenging platform to complete your requirements on if you weren't working from a computer. So if that's you, if all you've got available to you on a regular basis is a mobile device, this might not be the best program for you, honestly. But if you have access to a laptop or a desktop and you need your pre-license education hours in California or Texas, I would definitely recommend checking out Allied Real Estate Schools. Thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you liked the video. I sure liked making it for you. So why don't you hit that like button so I know that you liked it. And if you want to see more great real estate content, Make sure to subscribe to the Closes YouTube channel. In fact, while you're there, why don't you hit that notification bell? That way we can give you a heads up whenever we've got new content that you're going to want to check out. Again, thanks for watching. Thanks for coming today. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.